So I got my laptop out because I wanted to watch the PowerFilm video. They do have a video on how to install this because I was questioning, now that I know my positive and I know my negative only because of a multimeter, I wanted to know which side to stick it in here, and on their video they say to put the rib side positive wire coming from the solar panel into the A port of the connector. And you probably can't see it, but it's real small letters label A and B. So my bad eyes, I can tell you that this is the A side and my positive cable is going in there. And I do have the wire disconnected up from the solar panel. I don't need to have live voltage while I'm doing this, neither do you. No need to. B is the negative side of this connector. Now that's snapped in. The only thing I didn't do is put the heat shrink on here yet. And I probably still can. I'll go back and do that. I just want to, honestly, I can't find it. I'll have to go back and find it. Good Lord, just so much stuff. Anyway, I will put it on and promise you, you want to put the heat shrink on before you connect these in here. Snap these into place, just like that. Okay, very cool. Let's close the laptop. I think I know where I'm at now. Got the charge controller, real cool. This is a Jenison. I've used these before, really like them. We've got a PV input and we got a DC output, okay? And these will go to, I've got a Allied 51 volt, 160 amp hour lithium iron phosphate, and I will connect the polarity to the terminals on the battery. So yeah, you know, actually before I connect the PV into the Jenison, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the Jenison to the battery and do that now. When you're connecting your terminals, whether it's lead acid or lithium, make sure that your cables are tight to the terminal. Don't break the terminal, but there should be no pivoting of the cables. So I'm just gonna get a good snug on there, and then what you do is you go down here and you just grab a hold of the cables, make sure everything is firm. This battery is cool. They give me a little terminal protector that will just shove back on there to keep them guarded. And now we're going to hook up the PV from the PowerFilm and see what kind of display voltage I get. So my Jenison connector. So I got my Jenison controller, solar charge controller, and I'm going to go ahead and connect it up to the controller. Make sure I get the right way here, wrong side. Yep, got that connected. Yep, make sure it's on there. Good, it's already heat shrinked on there. That's the DC out, and I got the PV in. And then I'm gonna connect that. Gonna connect the PV wire into the Jenison. And then last, I'm going to, for safety, I had this wire disconnected. Run this back through. Now I can hook up my solar. Got the lithium battery turned back on. You can see that it has an orange glow, which means it's being charged. It actually says charging on there. I was at 60%, and within a few minutes of connected, I'm already charging at 64%. So really, really cool. I will go ahead and mount this guy down into this area down here by my onboard charger. But I'm so stoked. Everything worked out really good. The one takeaway is watch the PowerFilm how to install video. It's really complete. I watched it several times before I attempted this. The one thing I would just say is when you do your final connections, I would have the solar panel part of the cable disconnected for safety so you don't have live voltage down there. With the PowerFilm solar panel installed, you can see that the Allied battery fuel gauge is saying it's charging. Then when I go into operation mode, the controller kicks on and we're still charging, and then as soon as I engage the controller by hitting the throttle pedal, see how it goes back to charge. So the draw of the golf cart is taking more out of the battery, I'm guessing more than with the 10 amps that the solar panel is putting in, which is fine. So when I park and turn the key back to off position, we'll wait a few seconds, and then the fuel gauge will go amber again, and showing that now the charging is kicking back into place, which is pretty cool. So there it goes. See how we're charging. So really rad. So if you have to park your golf cart, you know, you're getting something to eat or whatever, the solar panel kicks back in and starts to do some kind of background charge. And the battery started at 60%. I'm currently at 61%, and the solar panel is doing a good little job putting about 10 amps of current in the golf cart as I discharge it by driving it up hills.